Hey guys, it's Kelly Ann and welcome to another Flossy Friday. It's been 2 weeks since I've seen you for a regular Friday video. It is July 7th. If you're new here, welcome, and if you've been around, welcome back. We're just gonna jump into it. I don't have a whole lot to show you, but we have a whole new lease on my whips because on last week's video, I got a comment from Carmen Mack. Thank you so much for your comment on last week's video, suggesting that I work on my series. So I really put like some thought into that, and I have several series. I have the Secret Santas, the Around the Holidays, the Flamingos, the Scary Apothecary, the Sunday Stitches, and then I just have a couple other like the Britter Kitty series, and then I have, you know, like the Modern Folk Embroidery Earth Day from 2017 that I started last year, and goodness gracious, woman, just get it done. It's so close to being done. But why do I not have a whole lot to show you in a 2-week time period? Let me tell you. So, whenever I filmed 2 weeks ago at the end of June, I went out of town that weekend to my dad's, and the whole time I was there, I took stitching with me. I barely touched it. We just had so much to do. I helped do a lot of things at my dad's and at Jackie's, and we just had stuff, right? And I had a doctor's appointment. That was one of the main reasons why I was there. So I didn't get to stitch at all, because by the time we were like sitting down and relaxing, I was beat. I was so tired. And there was multiple instances that weekend with Stella, and I had been wanting to get her declawed, and she kind of forced our hand with some of the shenanigans that she got herself into that weekend. So, as soon as I got back on Monday, or actually while I was driving back in, I made the appointment. She had surgery on Tuesday. So Monday, we were just kind of like resting and relaxing because it had been a long weekend. You know, Stella couldn't eat after 10 p.m. So picked up their bowls and everything. I was not sleeping well. Anyways, Potter wanted a snack around 3:30 in the morning and broke all of their bowls. It's fine. It's fine. We're fine. So in the middle of the night, had to get up and clean that up. So there was just a lot of like not sleeping very well. She had to stay overnight. She did great with surgery. She's doing fantastic. They're in the other room sleeping currently. But she did fine. And anyways, she came home on Wednesday, so I didn't stitch at all on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, you know, the rest of like the first week, I was just, you know, taking care of her and making sure that, like, you know, the other reason honestly is because I thought that Potter would still want to use his normal litter, and Stella could not be around it. So I put up a little baby gate at the end of the hallway. And on Wednesday, Potter wanted to go back and forth and use his litter. But after Wednesday night, like, he just wanted to stay on that side of the house with her. And it really, I ended up not hanging out with anybody that week. Normally my friend Tracy comes over, I go over to Ashley's, or sometimes I hang out with Alex. And so I spent zero time with any friends. Because I felt so bad. He didn't want to leave that side of the house. He wanted to stay on the bedroom half of the house with Stella. I felt so bad leaving them, and I'm not the biggest fan of stitching in bed. It eventually starts hurting my back really bad, more than it already hurts. So it just, stitching in bed is not for me. So anyways, I spent a lot of time in my bedroom with the cats. I was mostly in the living room to cook food. I would come and eat with them. I would go back and take the dishes and clean them and do laundry and all that. But for the most part, I lived about 4 days, 4 to 5 days on this side of my house with just the cats. And so I didn't do a whole lot of stitching. So I did a little bit like on lunch breaks, but not a whole lot. So nothing significant to show you from that week. And then we had the Ditch the Stitch Whip Parade last weekend. So I recorded that. And so there was a tiny bit of an update, but again, not a whole lot, last Friday with that. And then it was 4th of July weekend. I kept myself busy, because I really, it's gonna keep going off. I really wanted to finish painting the hall bathroom. That was really important for me. Like, I was just like, come on, Kelly, it's been since February. You need to get this done. So I spent one whole day and the weekend doing that. I worked one whole day working on painting the Texas flag, and then my dad came up on actual 4th of July. So there's just a lot going on, honestly. And so I stitched a little bit for 4th of July. I actually started a new pattern. Part of me wanted to work on Lady of the Flag. However, I had already gotten this comment from Carmen, and it really got me thinking, like, ooh, that's a really good idea. Focus on the small stuff, and you know, for like the next couple of months. So what I think I'm going to do is focus on these series that I just mentioned. Sunday Stitches, which again, I'm in the progress of Amazing Grace, and I have February's kitted. Already finished March. I don't have April through July, so I need to get those patterns eventually. But I want to work on that series, the Secret Santa, Scary Apothecary, the Flamingos, the Around the Holidays, and the Britter Kitties. So those are like all the series that I have going on. I also really want to get that Earth Day one finished. It's so close. And I also, I do still have this big desire to work on my Lady of the Flag. So she's also going to stay out. I would love to touch her at least once or twice a week, but put a focus on these smaller projects. I also want to get my Christmas rules done before Halloween, because the way that I want to finish my Halloween rules and Christmas rules, I want to put them together as like a reversible wall hanging. So really need to get Christmas rules done before Halloween. So those are going to stay out as kind of like my bigger projects that I want to give love and attention to. But for 4th of July instead, because I had already gotten that comment, I started something new, and no, I'm not done with it, because then this last week, I have some stuff going on medically. It's not bad. It's actually really good, but it has left me a little tired, a little bit in pain, but it is very much a good thing. So I'm not complaining at all, but I do miss going to the gym. I haven't been able to go to the gym, the last week. So, anyways, it's all good. It's good stuff. But I've just been a little bit more tired. A couple of days, had like a few headaches here and there. And so not wanting to like push anything crazy. So I've taken a few days off this week from stitching as well. I guess, you know, mentally and physically just needed the break, I guess. It happens sometimes. And anyways, work is about to be very crazy. I put in for a new position, and so I need to start studying for that. Next week, I have training every single day for the entire day. So right at 40 hours of training next week. So I'm going to be mentally drained and exhausted next week, but it is going to be so worth it. But I need to study for my interview coming up in probably a week and a half to 2 weeks. I also, after this training next week, will be able to start studying for a certification. And I already have the study materials for that. So I'm going to be studying coming up too, which will be a big deal and require a lot of time and attention mentally as well. So there's just stuff going on. One more thing. Oh, Potter is doing fantastic. Stella is also doing fantastic. They're in the other room sleeping. And so everything is going great. It's just been really busy and a little crazy, and I've just been mentally drained and not always stitching. I have missed it, but like I said, sometimes you just need the break. I also just wanted to update you guys that my giant Harry Potter has found its way to an amazing home. I didn't end up posting it for somebody to adopt on Instagram. I offered it to one of my best friends first, and she was very much interested, and so she already has it. She happened to be in Texas over the 4th of July weekend, and even though I didn't get to see her since my dad came up, I had like a whole more like little care package for her. He brought it back to where we're from, and her husband was able to come by and pick that up. So it's in amazing hands, and she's gonna love it, and that makes me very happy. So that's why you never saw that on Instagram to be adopted, is because I said that in the video, and then afterwards I was like, oh, there's one person that needs this. And if she said no, I would have put it up. But anyways, it's in a fantastic home. Okay, so what did I start? I started the hands-on designs around the holidays where Liberty dwells. For this whole series, I'm doing the flapjack pillow instead of the short stack drum. So all of them I'm doing this style. I'm stitching all of them on 32 count Lugana Pitch This Plus. Regency is the color. And this is how far I've gotten. I'm almost done. So I just have the flag to fill in, a firework, the words, and to finish the little hill. So I'm getting very close. I absolutely love this. Yes, I changed up some of the colors. Welcome if you're new. I do that a lot. I changed up a lot of the colors, but mostly I made these sunbonnet Sues, and I made the gate or the fence brown instead of the white for the flowers and for the fence. Part of that was not as many people where I'm at have the white fences around their farms or their properties. And also I'm personally not a fan of outlining things like this when the color is too light on the fabric. It's just not a look that I prefer. So I wanted, instead of having to outline things, I just would rather change the color. But the sunbonnets, or not sunbonnet Sues. Maybe, yeah, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. The flowers are, I just made them look more like the Maryland state flower. And so, anyways, I really like it. I think it's adorable. 10 out of 10 would recommend. So, the other ones in the series, I've already finished the Oh Say Can You See with the little submarine and stuff. I finished it a long time ago. These also come with the backing fabrics, the Lady Dot Creates backing fabrics. So the other one that I have going is Put on the Hat. This is the Halloween one. Very, very, very small start. These are my colors. And this is the pattern. This is not the next one that I'm going to try and finish though. Because I kind of want to do, since this series is around the holidays, I'm going to finish up the Americana one. I know that it's late. It's fine. But Veterans Day is coming up. And so is Labor Day. So the next one that I think would be really fun to do is Live Within Your Harvest. It's more fall. So you can see the drum all laid out, but I'm going to do the flapjack. And again, I've changed up some of the colors on all of these. So this one will be the next one. Then I'll finish Put on the Hat. Then we have I Hear the Bells. And this one's super cute because it has the old, like retro glass, what are they? Shiny Brights. The Shiny Brights vintage ornaments. And so I really like whenever it comes to like retro stuff, I really like the pastel Christmas colors. So the pink, the lilac, the aqua blue, and like the goldeny green yellow, mixed with like bluish silvers. This is like my jam color palette. I really like the Given color palette. It has those pinks and blues in it, but they're a little bit darker, more like wine kind of color, and like just darker blues and stuff. So I wanted to brighten it up with more super vintage, like pastel Christmas vintage. And then the last one is going to be Grown with Love. So this is more of like the Valentine's Day one. I kept all of the same colors except the green and brown, and I'm going to do the words in $37.99. I pulled a different light blue because the other one I didn't have available. I have no idea where it exists at the moment. But the pink and blue are the same. I'm gonna add though, so the called for pink in DMC is $2.23. But I thought it'd be really fun if the tulips were the lighter color and the larger flowers were in $2.21, so the darker version. So I'm going to focus on working on that series, getting it done, and then we'll pick another new small series. But in between that, like I said, I do want to work on my Christmas rules and my Lady of the Flag. So that's where I'm at with my whips. And once again, thank y'all for the fantastic comments on last week's video. And you know, I hope that it encouraged you to maybe look at your whips, and not necessarily to get rid of any, but to maybe put them in a timeout, or just touch them all and see which ones are really calling to you. But if you do want to attempt to get rid of any of them and you're struggling with that a little bit, trust me, I get it. Just message me and I'll help you out. Anyways, so that's kind of where I'm at with all of that, and I feel like I'm in a good place with my whips and with my new game plan. It'll mean that I'll have a lot of larger things for next year, but that just gives me ideas on how to motivate and encourage myself to get things done next year, especially with larger projects. So I think that'll be really fun. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I'm really excited about it. So anyways, I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. Let me know what y'all are working on down below, and I will see y'all next Friday. Bye, guys.